Hey guys, so on the way home I've decided to stop at a church. Now this church is called St. Bartholomew's. It's in Prospect, and this thing, I think it was built in 1841. Don't quote me on that date. But I've got quite a bit of family history through here. I know there's about 10 people buried here that share my last name. So, but I've also just located the gravesite, the unmarked gravesite of my great-grandparents. So I just spent a bit of time down there. I never met them. It's nice to know that, I guess, as a child, this was somewhere where, you know, before I did any of this ghost stuff, this was somewhere that I was drawn to, because I grew up not far from here. I remember as a kid, me and my dad would go for bike rides and we'd end up here in the grounds of the church. I know Dad was aware of, you know, some family connections here, but, you know, I was only a young fella, so I guess the fact that I was drawn here and wanted to come here, you know, and what I know now and how things may work, maybe because there is some family up here on the hill at the church here. So I'm sitting actually behind the church, so that's the back of the church. I'll go for a bit of a walk, see if I can locate any more grave sites with my last name on it. But this is a pretty cool place, and in fact this church they do hold ghost tours at this church. This church is reported to be haunted, and I've done a ghost tour through here many moons ago, before my days as an investigator. So yeah, look, always drawn here, and would definitely like to get back in the church. I'm not too sure how accessible it is, but I know they've redone it and it's been refurbished. Actually, cool little story. My great-grandfather was on the committee for the roof restoration of this church. Now, he passed away in 1936. So my great-grandfather, who's buried down there, so he passed away in 1936. That roof, so the committee he was on to restore that roof, that was done in 2011. So it did take its time, but it got done. So I'm sure he's happy about that, wherever he may be. Hey, so this window behind me, I'm at the side of the church here. So this window behind me, I've actually seen a photo of, supposed apparition standing at that window, taken by, I think, the caretaker at the time. Now I've been inside that church, and those windows, yep, you look at it and go, oh yeah, someone could be standing there. Those windows are about 8 foot high, so from memory anyway. So to actually have someone stand there and you can see their shoulders and head is an interesting, they'd have to be standing on a chair. Alright, so I haven't been able to locate any graves of this, with my surname on it. What I actually think is a lot of them were vandalised, due to the fact that this is quite a standalone location. You know, things happened. This church was actually burnt down. I remember it as a kid being, you know, gutted by fire. All that was left was the bricks. So unfortunately, I think some of the graves of my relatives may have been vandalised during that time. But look, it's a cool place to be, knowing that there's a lot of family history for me here. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to be back. There you go, guys. 1841. I was right. Score.